I have been getting a lot of requests from some of you who would like more information on what Dr. Sebi has to say about HIV or AIDS. So I'm going to share some video clips here with you all of Dr. Sebi speaking on these topics. I will also include a video at the end on cleansing and revitalization, and it will contain some of the herbs that are recommended by Dr. Sebi, as well as some clips of him speaking on the herbs. Many of the herbs can be found on my website at www.allnaturalhealing.com. There will also be a link in the description box below this video, as well as my email address for those of you who would like to contact me. Your patience is very much appreciated. I get hundreds of emails and comments on the videos, and I try my best to get to as many as I can, but the absolute best way to reach me is to email me. Again, there will be a link in the description box below.
So now we're going to go back to AIDS, right? Because that's why you came. You came because of AIDS. Well, what's the difference with AIDS and pneumonia? What's the difference with AIDS and TB? There is no difference. I should know that. Remember, I was arrested and charged with practicing medicine without a license. You stood by and watched them arrest me. Because you were a little bit more asleep, you didn't get up and say, well, hold it, he's defending our mother. Let us go see how we could help this institute. But no, the institute, I especially was arrested and charged with practicing medicine without a license because I said what? I cure AIDS, blindness, diabetes, lupus, herpes, sickle cell. It sounds fantastic. It sounds gross. It sounds like it is impossible. Sure, it is impossible because we forgot our mother and we have been entertaining the Western medicine. Western medicine said that there's no cure for any disease. Didn't we believe it? They also told us that sickle cell is the result of God giving us sickle cell to fight malaria. You mean to tell me that God loves us that much? You mean to tell me that God gave us sickle cell to fight malaria? Gave us a disease to fight another one? How does that sound to you? It is crazy. Sure, I know you guys are wiser than me. Of course you are. Because you are more than I am. I'm only one. And everything I got it from you because I didn't go to school. I grew up in Louisiana with brothers in the pool hall. Niggers, as they call us then. But I'm one. But those niggers, you will hear what they helped me to put together. The vocabulary, the consistency, the organization I got from those niggers in those pool halls. So we begin now. They told us that disease is the result of germ, virus, or bacteria. Am I right? Who said that? The Caucasian again. But how do you know that's true? Have we done any research independent to that of the European? He done his research. Fine. The Japanese did his. Good. But what about my mama? My mama needs representation too, isn't it? I want to hear what my mama have to say. Well, my mama said that there's no such thing as a germ, a virus, or a bacteria. What did you say, Dr. Sebi? This is in court. This is the Supreme Court of the United States. The judge said, what did you say? I said, there is no such thing as a germ, a virus, or a bacteria. Then what is it? I said, ma'am, it is a microbe that is generated in the body when erosion begins. So see, explain that. I said, very simply. If I take a very healthy human being and lay them on this table and not move them for a month, when I raise them, what are they going to have on their back? A bed sore. And inside that bed sore would be some little worms, isn't it? Sure. But where did the worms come from and where were they birthed? In the man himself. Ah, but why the bed sore? You didn't move that person. That part of him was lacking of oxygen. You never see bed sore on the top of the person. You see them on the bottom. The deprivation of oxygen causes all disease. The big mystery. You see how quick you learn that? Every disease that is manifested is caused by the deprivation of oxygen. You have it with a very healthy man. Lay him down and unmove him. he would get a bed sore. I said, and Your Honor, if I take a potato, place it inside of an oxygen-free vesicle, a vessel, 14 days later, you begin to see it break down. And then you see little worms coming out of the potato. Where did the worms come from? From across the street and invaded your potato? Or from inside the potato? From inside the potato. So when they talk about this virus, you think that it was something that you inhale in the air. No, because we were misled. The information that we all have had is sitting in our heads came from who? Who told us that carrots were good? Was it our mother? No. And I said that carrots is no good. Why you get angry with me? You should be happy. But WNIB was not too happy. You see? They were angry. And all the health enthusiasts and the health promoters was offering us carrot juice for vitamin A. But there is nowhere in your body you have vitamin A to use that carrot. So therefore, assimilation is impossible. We go back again to the virus. Then they said, well, we threw out virus, right? Now we go to germ. They said that disease is the result of what? Germ, virus, or bacteria. But we just threw out virus because the man had a bed sore. And he got it because of what? Not moving him. His body was being deprived of oxygen. Now we go internal. When those cells cease to receive oxygen, they break down. And depending where the erosion is taking place, what disease you will have. If the erosion is in the nostril, it is what? Sinusitis. If it's in the bronchial tubes, it's bronchitis. If it's on the lung, it's pneumonia. How about the germ and the bacteria? Remember what we said, that nature only creates those things that complement itself in support of life. How does a germ or a bacteria support life? They never existed. Everything in nature complements. Everything complements. A bacteria, a germ, or a virus simply does not exist. It is a manifestation that is caused by erosion. But the erosion is caused by mucus, and the mucus came from the food that you eat, the stuff that they told us to eat. After all, it's been 400 years since I had food. Been 400 years since we ate anything. Because remember, when they took us from Africa, did they bring our food with us? No. They gave us starch. They gave us meat. And if you didn't eat it, they bust your teeth out. They break your teeth out. Now here we are, children of those sick people, and then we spiritual. I mean, what that word means. Spiritual. In a state of confusion, in a state of ill health. If you're going to tell me, have the nerve to tell me you're spiritual. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. To be cosmically in tune is to only indulge in those things that complement you and us. Complement your body. Once you're in that state, you accomplish anything, because I want to be on the journey for how long? 26 years, and I'm curing AIDS. So imagine if we had stayed on the journey 400 years. Put that into a meaningful perspective. If I, who've been on the journey only 26 years, is able to cure AIDS, what would we do if we had stayed on the journey 400 years? And all I did was to start eating the garbage. Sometimes. I'm you. I'm addicted with salt. I'm addicted with sugar that came from Europe. Did not come out of Africa. Cane did not come out of Africa. Because cane is also a hybrid plant. It was made. It's a laboratory product. You see? African did not eat in the laboratory products. So it's so big mystery. So we go back to AIDS again. So what is AIDS? Mucus in the lungs. That's all it is. So don't get frightened. I should know. 2 men of them have been cured by us. But they negate us. The white man negate us. But that's right. He's supposed to, because I'm not white. But you don't know, and I'm negated by you too. Between a rock and a hard place. No, it's not cute. It is nice. AIDS is the result of your immune system being compromised. And the only thing that causes the body to go into erosion is acid. Not alkaline, acidity. And for the body to be acid, one has to ingest foods that brings about that erosion, acid foods. That's all. It breaks down the immunological system, which is what? The lymphatic system, the blood, and the skin. That's all. So what do? There's mucus in the lungs. There's mucus in the whole system. So what a sensible person would do? No, am I a scientist? I'm a plumber. You see, I clean the shit house. Because that's all I do. Clean the shit house. Clean the colon. Clean the cells. Clean the body. And there the body receives oxygen and reproduces itself, all the cell that has been eroded. You cut your nails, they grow back. Am I right? You cut your hair, they grow back. But the difference with the hair and the nails, they are out in oxygen all day long. But the cells internally has to receive that oxygen. You see, so now what do? We de-obstruct those arteries. You know, all that milk that you've been drinking all these years? And the cheese that Reagan feed our grandmothers? You know, cheese. Do you know what you are telling a race of people when you feed their ancestors cheese? He has no respect for us. He has no respect for us when he feed our parents cheese. He's saying that we are too dumb to realize that he's poisoning our mothers and our grandmothers. That's what he's saying, that you're too dumb to realize that. And she is likewise helpless to eat it. No respect. No respect. And then you tell me I'm arrogant. When I'm seeing the stare of the race, I'm arrogant. I mean, I wish I was arrogant. I can't be arrogant with you. You are me and I'm you. If I'm arrogant to you, then I'm arrogant to myself. I don't love you. No, I don't love you. I am you, whether I love you or not. So we talk about disease. It's fed to us every day. Our immune system is being compromised right now. Because I'm inside this building, I can't breathe air that my parents was breathing in Africa on the plane, standing up on a hill and the breeze blowing by. I can't do that now. And I have to wear these clothes all over me and wrapped up because the police that called my parents savages would then take me to jail. I can't do what my poor parents did. I can't live healthy anymore because I have to wear clothes.
If we could take this worldwide, we would be the only organization or family or nation in the world that provide the healing for the world. And we don't have to be angry with people, you know, hey, we got the goodies here. You have to behave yourself now because they cannot go around saying that there's no cure for AIDS. Now we're going to come to that part. AIDS. We said there's only one disease. Right? Well, with AIDS, where is the mucus? It's in the skin, it's in the blood, and the lymphatic system that makes up the immunological system. That's where you find the mucus. They are looking for virus. I was on the Tony Brown Journal. You know the Tony Brown Journal, right? Well, I was on there when the year after I won the case, and there was a young white man who was on the panel. He said, well, I can't make a statement such as curing AIDS or any disease. I said, you're right, because you haven't, but I can. And he did not like that. What I'm seeing that you and I now have the cure of the world in our hands, whether they like it or not. We now have to know how to project this, how to work with it, but we have it. This is what I want for us, the right to practice the medicine of our fathers, which is what? Nutrition, not medicine. Electric cell food. We want that right. We also want the right, and no one has ever taken the privilege to act on it. You know, when I said that when they removed the black man from Africa, they didn't bring his food with him? Well, why can't we go to the schools now and demand that they put in the schools the food or the nutrition consistent with our children gene makeup? We have that right. We have that right. But Senator Carson didn't do it. And I was at the Rayburn building in Capitol Hill on the year 2004. Mr. Michael Jackson going to take me to Capitol Hill because he said that he had a gift for Africa. He said, Sebi, you want to go? I'll go. Don't see why I shouldn't. When I got to Washington, boy, big crowd. I mean, Michael is famous. My son told me, and I made a mistake. I should learn to dance and move my fanny, and I'd make billions. You QA, they give you pennies. So I went with him, and then when I got into this building, there were all these people, they were ambassadors. There were 17 African ambassadors. Sheila Jackson Lee, when she came up to my wife, she said, chocolate people with silver hair. I said, wow, look at the description she gave. Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas, right? The Black Caucus. Then there is Mr. John Conyers from Michigan. And the 17 African ambassadors. And there was Jesse Jackson Jr. from the House of Appropriation. And there was Leonard Mohammed from the Nation of Islam. And I'm talking to them. And I gave them the proof. And do you know that the same response that I got in Africa from the president, I got it from these brothers that day. You didn't hear that it was cure for AIDS, right? Well, how come Leonard Mohammed didn't tell Minister Farrakhan? How come Mr. Jesse Jackson Jr., who is a member of the House of Appropriation, didn't tell them that it was cure for AIDS? Because they claim that they're looking for the cure. But we have the cure. What's the problem? So what the problem is this, like the German told me in Germany, in Munich, now that you have proven that you cure AIDS, who do you expect to support you? The world, I said. He said, that's where you're wrong. German doesn't cure AIDS. Chinese doesn't cure AIDS. Neither does Americans, but you, the black race, cure AIDS. So who should help you? I said, the black race. I said, thank you. But I know and I feel that you will be the only person to help this thing. Not me, but the entity of our forefathers. You can't support to help me. I'm part of you. I'm you. We are projecting an entity that is ours. That's going to support our life, makes us feel better and live better with peace. They didn't tell anyone. What's up with that? Now, should we force their hand? No. We're going to go about doing what we're doing all the time, right? We don't have to force anybody's hand. That's okay. But now they are faced to answer to the public of the world because there is a website that's Cure for AIDS. What do we do now? We just sit back and see Africa die.
For more information about how to cleanse and revitalize the body using Dr. Sebi's methodology, click the video below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and you can comment below the video.